Hey everybody, in this video, I'm going to be predicting which teams and which players I think are going to be the stat leaders for this season. So just jumping into the top team, I think it's going to be Americant. The reason I think it's going to be Americant is because your boy Noah put himself as a 7 and his teammate Hanzo put himself as a 5, which combines it to 6. Now there are two other teams that have put themselves as an average of 6, What a Save and Animal Farm. But with your boy Noah's 7, if he can get back to that diamond level play, that is just going to be almost impossible to stop. Plus, Hanzo, playing at a 5 and potentially bumping himself up to a 6, that's going to how it's just going to be it's going to be insane. So that's the scenario I see for them winning the league. Now, obviously, I can see Team What a Save playing out of their minds and finishing in first place. This is not who I think is going to win the championship. This is who I think is going to finish first in the standings. I can also see Team Animal Farm, finishing up there too. But my pick is Americant just because of your boy Noah putting himself as a 7. And if he's anywhere near an actual 7, that's going to be very difficult to stop. Now, the worst team, I'm choosing something offensive. The reason being, there are a couple teams who put themselves as both players are ones, but I have seen people from those teams grinding more. So, for example, Wolfpack, they put themselves both at ones, but I know for a fact they've both been practicing and playing to get themselves up to maybe 2 or 3 before the season starts. Now, I'm not saying something offensive hasn't been practicing. I just haven't seen any evidence that they have been yet, whether it be through Discord or just hearing it through the grapevine that these guys are putting in the work to get good. Okay, so for categories, I'm only going to pick who I think is going to lead. The reason I'm not going to pick who I think is going to finish in last is just I'm going to be cycling between all the ones because I don't really know enough about your game to really choose. Like this guy's really bad at everything, but he's even worse at scoring, so he's not going to get any points. Like that's going to be hard to do. So I'm just going to pick who I think is going to be the leaders, not the last place people. For goal scorers, I'm going to go with your boy Noah. Now I'm not going to talk about your boy Noah for every single category, but it is hard to ignore that he is a self-proclaimed 7. So that means a 7. The difference between a 6 and a 7 is a 7 can punish you on every single mistake that you make and end up in the net. Like even as a 6 myself, you make a mistake, and it takes work for me to get that ball into the net. But for a 7, they'll punish you. And if that's the case, if your boy Noah is a true 7, then every single mistake, especially against lower level players, if he doesn't let up at all, he's just going to run away with the scoring. For top assists, I wanted to go with Hanzo, your boy Noah's teammate. But the reason I'm not going with Hanzo is because, like I've said earlier, I think a lot of your boy Noah's goals are going to come from punishing mistakes, not as much team play. That's not to say Hanzo's not going to get a bunch of assists, but I think a lot of Noah's goals are going to be from, a 2 or 3 trying to dribble down the field and Noah strips them and goes and scores. Not as much back and forth passing the whole way up and Noah putting it in. So that's why I'm not picking Hanzo. Who I am picking is my own teammates. Might be a little biased here, but Migrating Pig. The reason I'm picking Migrating Pig is because I can score, but I'm not good defensively. I'm very bad defensively. So my goals are very dependent on somebody getting me the ball. I can put the ball in, but I can't create the whole play from scratch. So I'm going to need help from my teammate Pig to get me the ball. And if he's able to do that, and I can put the ball in the net, then I think Pig will lead the league in assists. And finally, top saves. Now, remember, this is top saves, not best goalie. Because if it was best goalie, anybody who knows Soda League knows that this would be Beeville's hands down. Beeville's is the best goalie in this season. But I said most saves, not best goalie. Team What a Save is going to be so good that against those lower seeds, they're not going to get any shots. So Beeville's won't be able to get 3 saves a game against those guys. They're not going to get any shots. So who I'm picking for most saves is Adam from We Want to Eat Your Babies. The reason I picked Adam is because he put himself as a 4 and his teammate Gloop is a 1. Now that is the biggest disparity between everybody, the biggest teammate disparity. So they're going to be a 4 is not a good enough to carry and dominate and win games. So they're going to be hemmed in a lot, but a four is good enough to keep the ball out of the net every once in a while. So I think, especially in the beginning of the season, they're going to be facing a lot of shots while Gloop gets his game together. And Adam is going to have to make a lot of saves. So I think he will be able to, especially start off strong and have a ton of saves off the bat and then hold it the rest of the year while Gloop gets his game together. So that's who I think are going to lead all of the categories. If you disagree, if you think it's going to be you or your teammate or whoever, let me know in the comments or let me know in the Discord. Thanks for watching, guys.